Welcome back everybody to another video. Let's cover the market today and our plays. The market did take a dive today. We said yesterday we were going to be rallying today. We expected a pop ahead of Biden's planned proposal, but this was exactly the opposite. This was a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event, in which I'm a huge believer in, and which I think can happen with Tesla earnings, which we'll cover right now. But we had this sudden dip here on the SPY. I know NQ also followed and sold off as well. Everything was pretty much pulling back, and of course Tesla decided to follow as well. We still have our trend line here drawn, and this is the lower highs. We've seen this pattern before on Tesla, but the last time I saw this pattern on a smaller time frame, it did manage to break out, and here we did. We were still holding above 840, but as of now we have pulled back and retraced low to the low 822s, and we did manage to buy 10 shares. This is off. We are supposed to be down more, like 90 bucks or so on the day, but I accidentally sold, on the open of the position, but I accidentally sold some shares instead of buying more. So this is kind of wrong. We're down, but we're up on the day on Tesla, and overall up on the day on a day where everything is pretty much down, and the majority of traders actually saw red in their portfolio. So truly blessed for that. But SNDL, on the other hand, had an offering, which we'll cover right now. In the overall market, there's still some uncertainty on higher interest rates and potential tax hikes in the future for under Biden. So I think that will also cause the market to pull back in accordance to the drop in retail sales, which just equals a weakness in consumer spending. We also have Lucid Motors in the news to go public via a SPAC, which is still rumored. I know it was halted today as well, right around 21 actually, and then they started pulling back towards 18. But if you look at the 30-minute chart, it's been continuing making higher lows and still trying to make these higher highs right around $20 or so. But I do think if there is some more rumors on that and some more positive news or catalyst over the weekend and next week, there can be another breakout. And I said this we can see 30 here, 30 to 40, 50, maybe even $50, depending on how that news or that merger goes through next week. And there's a lot of hype and momentum behind this as well. I've been reading online, I've been researching, and it seems like it can be a positive play overall, just on the 30-40 minute time frame, whether you're day trading it or if you're looking over the next 20 to 30 years and the whole possibility and momentum this EV market has. So it's your play, your take. You want to day trade this, go ahead. You can. There is some momentum on here. This is very volatile and very choppy. You can see these spikes and runs. It gets halted and then it pulls back and then it finds some support. Or you could play the long term, which is what I'm trying to play on CCIV. So more confirmation on that next week, hopefully. Tesla, man. Just to get more into details on Tesla today, I kind of had a feeling we were to see another pullback. Let this load up here as we did yesterday. I know yesterday we had this massive run towards 863s, and we didn't have a pretty strong close, but we did start to hold the 845s. And today, this morning, we kind of got faked out. I bought here at the dip, and it did pull back. I kind of faked out. We were headed towards 860s, and I'm like, you know what, this is it. It's going to push on the 15-minute. It looked prime to retest that 865 level and break out, but we started pulling back and it went like that. So we started closing at lower prices. I said I'm going to swing trade this. Monday, by the way, the markets are closing in observance of Martin Luther King. So just like Alibaba, when it dropped on Thursday, I believe, when the markets were closing on Friday, I said let this settle over the weekend. Let this calm down. Let people get their heads clear. Stop the panic selling. And maybe we can retrace back to the 850s and hold that level. I know there's some questions as to where is this the top, guys? Is this where the market continues to drop? I don't think so. I think after coming off these highs, we were rallying so hard, almost hit 900. And like I said, the fact that Tesla was consolidating right around 850s throughout the whole entire week, that was pretty darn strong. Unfortunately, we did not break past the 860s, but the overall momentum on the market pushing downward affected Tesla. I know there was some selling going on as well. But like always, guys, I'm a dip buyer, and I'll continue to be buying these dips. Worst case scenario, Tesla sells off on Tuesday. We'll probably cut our loss right around the 800s. Maybe it bounces off the 800s, but nonetheless, even if it holds the 800, 750 level, that's still a pretty darn good price. Also, their earnings were changed, I believe, from February 4th or 5th or the 3rd to the 27th at the end of this month. Wedbush also raised their PT on Tesla to 950, if I'm not mistaken, from 725 or 750. So that's also good news that we had. And just like this Biden plan thing was just like buy the rumors, sell the actual news, sell the actual plan, the event, I think the same thing or the same principle can be applied to Tesla. Hence why I bought 10 shares, and hopefully we prop it back up and I continue to hold these 10 shares. Of course, I'll be adding more along the way, but we have 12 days to that event, and I do think we can see some momentum and hype headed into that event, and the actual earnings is when it'll dip and it'll pull back. So that's my plan. Of course, I can be wrong. I was wrong today. I was wrong. I said the market's going to push up and continue to rally, but it didn't, and we always have to adapt as a trader, as an entrepreneur, as a business person, anything. You have to be able to adapt, change your plan, do what's in front of you. It's not technically what you hope can happen, but what you see in front of you and the details it gives you, the feedback, and just adapt. So as for Cannabis, SNDL had an offering after hours. I was taking a shower, I got out, and I saw the news, and it wasn't pretty. It wasn't beautiful. It was building up its momentum. As I said before, SNDL was lagging the overall cannabis industry, and the stocks were booming, hitting new highs. We have ACB, we have TLRY also hitting new highs. Pulled back today, but SNDL was not having it, and just the offering after hours today just pretty much sank it back to 65 cents. It was seeing some momentum here back to the 80 cents. We were expecting a $1 price target on here, and it just keeps on getting knocked down. I don't think we will possibly see $1 by the end of this month. I don't know. Hopefully on January 20, when Biden gets sworn into office, we see a potentially another pump. As for two other stocks, I took Alibaba off my watch list, by the way. Too choppy. It's already hit its price that we wanted it to trade it at. Our price target we wanted to hit, and I didn't get an entry on that. But Twitter and Coca-Cola are still two stocks that are flat, still trading around the same price level. I'm still waiting for more potential downside on these tickers. Sub 45 on Twitter, and Coca-Cola sub almost the same price, so sub 48 on here. So these are two stocks that are selling off that you have to help watch next week, and we'll see, and we'll go from there. Overall, pretty decent week. Let's continue that green streak. I know we're like 3 weeks, possibly going into our 4th week on green streaks. Let's keep that up, and if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys leave a like. If you guys found this video of any value, leave a comment down below with your plays, your thoughts on the overall market, and what you're watching headed into next week, and subscribe, of course, so you don't miss any of these videos. With that being said, hopefully you guys have a good and amazing weekend, and I'll see you guys next week for another trading week.